In the morning today, we got a big update on what the ICC rated this particular Ahmedabad wicket. This Ahmedabad wicket was the major focal point during the India versus Australia final of the World Cup that happened on November 19th. It's now been close to 19 days ever since that day. And today we finally found out that the ICC has rated the Ahmedabad wicket that was used for the final as average. Now we all know that the pitch dominated the focus for the India versus Australia clash because India once again switched the pitch at the last minute. They hoped that if it was a drier wicket, it would aid spin more. But because they lost the toss, they were inserted on a slow wicket. When the dew came in later, the pitch eased out under the lights. Australia tactically outwitted India. And because of that, they won by 6 wickets. But all of you will be wanting to know, how does the system of rating a pitch really happen? It comes from a simple form that the match referee has to fill. And this form has been in operation ever since 2010. Although whether there is a new form that has been upgraded, that whether all this has come into the picture, we don't know about that. But I'll just give you an example of a broad thing as to how the match referee has to look at the pitch, how did he view it, and how the rating is given. So the backstory in all of this is, ICC has rated the Ahmedabad pitch used for the World Cup final as average. The pitch ploy that India had used. Initially, the same thing happened in Mumbai, but that helped in India. It happened in Ahmedabad yet again, it didn't work for them. Dravid had blamed the pitch for the lack of turn in Australia's innings. I mean, look at it, it absolutely smoothened out, became a featherbed. And that's why Australia managed to chase down 241. Tactically with the ball, they were brilliant. Fielding was excellent. With the bat, they knew what to do. And that's why Australia won. The pitch flummoxed everybody. Pat Cummins in Australia read the pitch well. India did not. So, the ICC match referee who rated the Ahmedabad wicket average was Andy Pycroft. Now remember, Andy Pycroft was in the news at the start of the World Cup, and Rahul Dravid had criticized the ratings because not just India versus Australia, the final, Australia versus South Africa semi-final in Kolkata, India versus England in Lucknow, India versus Pakistan in Ahmedabad, India versus Australia in Chennai. All were rated average by Pycroft. The other match referee who did it was Javagal Srinath. Javagal Srinath rated the Mumbai pitch, the one that was switched in the World Cup semi-final, as very good. It was good in fact. So, in that sense, the Mumbai pitch, which was the center of all the controversy that began, that was actually rated good. However, when the pitch was rated average for Ahmedabad, India versus Pakistan, and Australia, India versus in Chennai, that Dravid had criticized. If it spins, if it is slow, why it should be rated average? That was the thing. He really criticized the ICC ratings at that time. And overall, if you look at it, ever since 2023, Ahmedabad, the test match wicket was rated average, India-Pakistan was rated average, and this also was rated average. Now, how exactly does the system work? There is public evidence of that in the ICC documents when you have to look at what are the ratings, how does the form happen, when you have to look at how the match referee judges the pitch. So basically, this is the broad outline of the form that you can access in any ICC website. This is the form that is available there. Did the pitch have a uniform covering of grass, teams versus dates, the venue? This is just a 2010 form. I doubt there has been any further upgradation from the existing structure that is there. If it is, do tell us in the comments below. Did the pitch have a uniform covering of grass? If it was uniform, how was the grass cover? Grass cover not uniform, please give details. Pitch was completely dry. Then from examining pitch, was there moisture? Ground did not insert minimum playing condition requirement. All these things are there. Use of heavy roller, this is the thing. The next part is assess the bounce of the pitch, day 1. Assess the seam movement, assess the amount of turn, consistency, bounce. According to guidance for rating one-day pitches, rate the pitch. It is just on the judgment of the match referee. These are the broad parameters upon which he has to rate that pitch. Grass cover, moisture, dryness, heavy roller, then bounce, pace, seam, turn, how it all was. And then these are your criteria: very good, good, above average, below average, poor, unfit. These are the criteria that you establish your rating on. And not just that, all pitches will be judged solely on how they play. You can check that out in the ICC playing conditions that is there. And in that, they have said fulfillment of the lowest criteria will determine the overall rating for the pitch. For example, if the pitch demonstrates no unevenness, is just lacking in carry and or bounce, then it must be rated below average. However, this is neither below average or above average, it's just average. What is the criteria? Unevenness, seam movement, carry or bounce, turn. So the Ahmedabad wicket that was used in the final probably did not have little or no unevenness, but there was little or no seam movement also. Then carry and bounce, it was lacking. Turn was little or no turn. So in that criteria, in some of that instances, maybe the Ahmedabad wicket was just rated average. There wasn't that much of turn, there wasn't much of seam movement also. So in that particular instance, these are the criteria upon which the match referee first fills out a form, then he submits it to the ICC pitch and monitoring committee, and then after that the decision is taken by the ICC whether to rate the pitch as very good, good, average, below average, above average, poor, unfit. So in this broad criteria, when it comes to India, pitches are always under the scanner. Poor, average, if you look at it every single time. BCCI had inserted pressure during the Indore test match to change the rating, because remember, another poor rating, they would have been blacklisted for 2 years, Indore. They somehow got to change that. When India altered the basic condition of the pitch at that time, you saw the problems mounting. So that is why an average rating for the World Cup final pitch in Ahmedabad, but the pain unfortunately will remain. The unfortunate thing is the ploy backfired. And that's why India's World Cup loss now will be further cemented by the fact that the pitch was just average. Wasn't good, wasn't bad. So this is how the ICC just manages to do it. A form is there based on the criteria that are mentioned in the playing conditions, and after that they give the rating. Thank you so much folks for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so that when we go live, and don't forget we're on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.